Are you looking to leave one of those big banks like Chase or Bank of America to get a better rate on your money and you're looking at the Fidelity Cash Management account? Then this video is for you. Welcome to the Wealth Twin Show. Today we're going to give you 6 reasons why people are leaving those big banks and moving to the Fidelity Cash Management account. So let's jump into it. Nicole, what is one reason they're leaving?
Well, one reason is about the fees, right? These big banks like Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, they're over here charging you for everything. They're charging you for having a minimum balance in the account, having a just a monthly maintenance fee just for having an account there. They're charging you fees for every single thing. Maybe if it's check writing fees, just if they can get a fee on it, they're going to give you a fee, especially when it comes to ATM fees as well. But when it comes to the Fidelity Cash Management account, they're giving you little to no fees for having an account with them. So I call fees a 4-letter word. And anytime I can either lower my fees or get away from fees, I'm going to do that. So I think that's one of the reasons why people are leaving these big banks and going to and even at least checking out the Fidelity Cash Management account.
No, I agree with that. I think it's crazy how many fees these big banks are charging you and paying you nothing in interest on your money. For example, another reason why people are leaving is because of the interest rates they're paying. Right now, if you look at the Fidelity Cash Management account, depending on which account you want to sit your uninvested cash in, you're making either 2.21% on your money, or if you're moving into the money market account, they're currently paying 3.96%. This is compared to an average rate at these big banks of 0.01%. Okay, that is nothing. They are basically paying you nothing on your money. So let's say you had $100 invested in one of those big banks. At the end of the year, you're getting paid a penny in interest. Okay, they're paying you nothing. They would really pay you 0.00%, but they have to give you something. So the rate that they're paying you on their account is 0.01%. They're paying you nothing. So when someone is paying you at least a little over 2% or a little over 3%, that is a better deal to keep your uninvested cash in. On top of that, they have some of the same insurance to make sure you're not losing your money while it's sitting uninvested at Fidelity.
Now, I think because you're bringing up the 2 different type of rates that you can have at Fidelity with their cash management account, I think this might be a great time to actually talk more as to what Fidelity is actually calling its cash management account.
I agree.
So Fidelity is marketing their cash management account as an investment account, like a brokerage account where you can invest, save, and spend all in one account. So it's a flexible account that's kind of like a bank, but also gives you access to invest. So the reason why Nadia is saying there's 2 accounts with 2 different rates is because they have where you could put the money in just like you would a bank in cash, right? And that's the sweep account that's paying you around 2.21%. And with that, the cash that's in that account gets spread across different partners that they have, bank partners that they have, and it's FDIC insured, just like a bank would. But they're able to pay you a high interest rate, right, on that money. Then they have their SPAXX account, which is also part of their cash management account, and that is their money market, their government money market account. And in that, that's a type of investment account where they're investing in semi-safe, very safe securities where they're able to pay a higher interest rate because the money is being invested. So you have a choice as when you become a Fidelity Cash Management account customer to decide where you want to put your cash that you want for a short-term basis where it's relatively safe, or it can be FDIC insured. So that's why there's 2 different types of rates when it comes to that. So Nadia, with that, what is another thing in terms of if you're looking at the sweep account, right, which is where you put your uninvested cash, just like you would in a bank, versus a bank account, what is another reason why someone might be interested in changing over to Fidelity or at least giving it a look when they're at one of these bigger banks?
I would say, well, you touched upon it. It's more convenient also because those cash management accounts are essentially, they're not bank accounts. So let's get that straight, right? They're not bank accounts, but they act like a hybrid between a bank account and a brokerage account. So you put money in there, you invest that money, and then some of the money that you don't have invested that gets swept overnight into one of the accounts you choose, right? And you're getting paid interest on that account. So not only do you have a way to put your money in there and get paid interest, you also can invest in instruments like ETFs, money market funds, mutual funds, stocks, bonds, whatever. So it makes it a little more convenient. In a regular bank account, you do not have that option. You would have to do, maybe you could do something at Chase, open a brokerage account at Chase. I know some people who do that. I don't do that. But the convenience of having that ability to do that in one account makes it a little easier for you to manage your cash and make investing a little easier for you to do. So, but what I want to make clear is that when people look at this account, understand the insurance that Nicole mentioned, the FDIC insurance, it's only on the uninvested cash that you have. It's not on the stuff that you invest in. No one can insure that. Okay. It's not on your investments. It is on the cash that you have sitting in an account overnight.
Now, even when you go into the money market accounts, there's no time frame where you have to keep your money in the money market account. So it's a very liquid account. Now, another thing when you're talking about just the uninvested cash, so you're using this cash management account as if you would a bank account, it's just as convenient, right? If not, maybe even more, because you get a debit card with the cash management account, you get check writing abilities, you get to be able to put the use the app to actually put money into the account using a check, right? And it's basically the same thing. And plus, you're not getting any fees on it. So the convenience you would have with the tools that you would get at a bank, you get those same tools when it comes to the cash management account. So with that, it's pretty even on those things. But what separates the cash management account, the sweep account versus the bank account, is that it's paying you a higher interest on the money, right? So it's closer to what you might get at a high yield savings account, but you're getting an extra feature of actually being able to streamline your investment as well, because everything's going to be in one place and you can decide to invest the money or not.
Yeah, did we mention also that you get ATM fee reimbursement? If you have Chase, Bank of America, or Wells Fargo, most likely you're not getting your ATM fee reimbursed if you use a ATM outside of their network, right? But with this cash management account, you can use ATMs all over the world and they will reimburse your fees. So that's another plus on this. If you feel like I have this bank account, I can't get rid of it, there's a lot of pros to possibly looking into if this is an account that you should probably use to manage your cash. That's just a suggestion.
And I think the number 6 reason why people are leaving these big banks to go over to the Fidelity's cash management is because of the FDIC insured limit. Now, right now, the FDIC insured limit for a regular bank account would be $250,000. That means that your money is considered safe in terms of being in the bank. If something happens to that bank, it's insured up to $250,000. But we know there's a lot of people who haven't started the investing journey, but they want a safe place to put their cash because they're high savers. And with that, they're placing their money in these big banks because they believe the bigger the bank, the better and the safer, but they're going over the $250,000 limit. Whereas if you were to use this cash management account, just the sweep portion, the one that's just FDIC insured, well, they're not FDIC insured, but they're using their partner banks who are FDIC insured, and they're able to split up money up to $5 million. So that means they're giving $250,000 to one of their partners, $250,000 to another partner, and so on. So that if you have more than $250,000 being saved in the bank, and you want some more insurance that nothing will happen to that money that's over the $250,000, then you actually should be looking and researching to see if the Fidelity Cash Management account could be a better option for you because it has a higher limit up to $5 million on anything that they're going to tell you. If it's in our partner banks, it is then FDIC insured.
Like Nicole mentioned, there's a lot of people who have a lot of cash on hand sitting in these bank accounts that go over the FDIC insurance because they don't know what to do next with their money. If that's you and you're a beginner investor and you want to learn what you can do and what the next step is, past just leaving your money in a savings account and letting your money do more work for you than you work for it.
Especially in those big banks that are giving you just 0.01%.
Exactly. You're basically giving your money for free and they're charging you fees also on top of it. But if you want to learn what to do next, then we invite you to go into the description of this link. Make sure you download our 25 terms and join our newsletter so you can learn what the next step should be and understand what products we have to help you make that next step in your journey. There's no reason for you to be scared to invest your money because there's a lot of options for different risk tolerances, okay? So guys, if you like this video, make sure you give it a like and share it with someone you care about. And we'll see you in the next video.
See you guys in the next video.